All right, y'all, what is going on? Back with another video. I know it's been a while. It's been a crazy off season for me, not just in football, but just in general. I've been getting my health together, just been working out a lot, eating differently. Also, working stuff on my other channel, my gaming channel, doing that great stuff. But it's time for football. Football is about to start again. So I want to talk about Georgia Southern a little bit. And this magazine that I always pick up every year from Lindy Sports is one of the best magazines, in my opinion, when it covers, college football, or whatever the case may be. So I picked this up the other day, and I want to tell you what they've been talking about when it comes to Georgia Southern and how they feel about us in the SunBelt. So I only touched the SunBelt stuff. All the other stuff that you see on here, the SEC, ACC, I don't care about that stuff. Georgia, Georgia Tech, whatever. Georgia Southern is where it's at, in my opinion, and I really want to get into that. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm going to get back to doing more content over here because the football season is about to start, and as well talk with some Atlanta Hawks and also the Falcons as well. We do a little bit of everything of those three type of those three teams, and we're going to talk about them. But Georgia Southern, hopefully that these guys can get better than they did last year, and they can shatter the predictions that they have in this magazine. So Lindy Sports has Georgia Southern second in the Sun Belt, right behind James Madison, which I don't understand, because I know James Madison is a formidable opponent. We just have, in my opinion, I think we have the best team in the Sun Belt. I think we would, like, based on what they said in this book, they have 12 returning starters, the most returning starters in the conference. I think we got like 14 seniors that are projected to be starters. And, with all of that experience and everything that's going on within the Sun Belt with these other teams, there's a lot of drop off with the other teams outside of like a James Madison. I think Southern Miss may have gotten a little bit better because they got a lot of they got some players from Marshall that transferred over with the coach. But outside of that, I feel that we are the best team in the Sun Belt. I mean, even this is really unofficial, but even in College Football 26, they rated us the best team in the Sun Belt. I think I haven't played much of the game, but nevertheless. But with J.C. French, you got O.J. Arnold, Josh Dallas, you got Brown that's coming from Auburn. That's the other receiver. Dalen Cobb. The offensive line that we have with Pashawn Wembley, Chandler Strong. I think our interior is like the most experienced, that I've seen in a long time. I think 2 seniors and a junior in the interior side, and that right tackle. Let me make sure if I got this right, but I think the right tackle is let me see. Right here. No, yes. The left tackle, Kalen Williams. He's a senior. So you got 3 seniors on the offensive line and the junior Chandler Strong at center. And I mean, we got a great offensive line. I ain't gonna say great, but we got an experienced offensive line. You already know what O.J. Arnold can do. You know what Terrence Gibbs could probably do as well if he's, healthy. And Badinga, you got 3 running backs that could run the ball. And do I need to talk about the passing game? I mean, we got some good receivers. And I haven't even touched the defense yet. On defense, based on what this says, we have 8 returning. Let me see. No, I take that back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we got 8. Right. We got 8 seniors projected to be on defense, and 6 of them are returning starters. So I'm looking at this, and no shade to James Madison, because James Madison has built the reputation of having like the best team in the Sun Belt. I mean, they were like, I think they went 11-1 one year, and then they did pretty good the following year after that. And I think we actually beat them last year. But nevertheless, still, we have pretty much probably the best team that Georgia Southern had in probably like the last 5 years. I mean, this is a really good looking team, and if everybody can stay healthy, because that's the thing, you got to stay healthy. If everybody stays healthy, we're going to be in a situation where we can really go the distance. I already projected this team could go 10-3, 9-4. I mean, I'm sorry, 9-4, 10-3, 8-4 is the floor, and maybe even 7-5, but that's pushing it. I would say that we can't go below our win total that we did last year. We went 8-5 last year. I can see us being 8 and better And I don't see it in no other way, especially with the schedule that we have. We're going to be in California for the first couple of weeks, going to Fresno, and we're going to USC. You're playing those two teams right there. I would love to walk away from that 1-1. If we could walk away from that 1-1, that would be great, but I don't see that. But even after that, we should be fine for honestly, we could be okay for the rest of the season outside of those two games. I mean, we play Maine, which is another outside conference, and we also, let me look at this again because I don't have the book held up to me. I want to make sure I show this correctly before I say the wrong thing. Right there. Yeah, so this year we play Fresno State and USC first. Then we play Maine, that's the outside conference. But, after the Maine game, it's all SunBelt. And we play at James Madison. So that's going to be like the biggest game in the conference. But that's right here on paper. You just never know. I mean, we thought that, other games that wasn't so significant turned out to be very significant last year. But I do believe that this is a different team. I believe that this is a much different team to where we don't have that many worries. I think we have more expectations than worries this year. And with all these starters returning, all of these seniors returning, and, with the talent that we have, it looks like that once we get past, September 27th, we should win the rest of our games. We should run the table after that. And that's even if, we lose to James Madison, we're probably going to start the season maybe 2-3. You win the rest, then that's 10-3. So what is it? Is that 10-3? Yeah, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9-3, 10-3. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, once you win the bowl game or whatever, it's still I still have them projected to go that far. And I just don't see it any other way based on what I see here. So if we can walk away 1-1 against the teams in California, and that could set us up to be a one-loss team, because even though with James Madison they're ranked number 1 on paper right now, I still think we have the more talented team. I've been saying that since last year when I knew what was going to happen. After we lost to Sam Houston, I didn't expect that many people to leave the team. And, you had Mark Stampley, he transferred out, which, these kids have the right to transfer out or whatever the case may be, but it would have been really nice to keep him. But even with that loss, I still feel with Chance Gamble, and, you got Dorian Smith, both of those guys are seniors on the team at cornerback. You turn around and you have Jaden Davis and you have Justin Myers. You got some guys back there in the secondary, as well as a very good, front four. We're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be really good. And I haven't even mentioned Brendan Harrington. We got him from Appalachian State, which is another senior. So I look at this overall, with us being second in the SunBelt, I can take that. I can live with that. I'm okay with being one of the top 2 teams. Unfortunately, the top team that's being projected is also in the East. So that's going to be something going to be something to really think about, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're looking at a Marshall situation from last year where we was hoping and praying Marshall would lose because we didn't handle our business. I want to be in the driver's seat to where we already ahead in the conference and we just have to win our games and don't have to worry about somebody else losing. We just need to do our job. So, like I said, doing our job, in my opinion, it really consists of going into Fresno, going down to Southern Cal, possibly splitting those games. If you don't split, it's not the end of the world. Go play Jackson State, try to get a win there, beat Maine, go in and try to beat them, come into James Madison 2-2, and then all bets are off. That's what that would have been. But if you split and you end up starting at 3-1, that's going to look really good to start off. And if you do beat James Madison, you're 4-1. I think that's right, or 5-1 or something like that. Yeah, 5-1. Then you really are looking good. Damn, did I think I did that wrong? Sorry for the delay, but once you finish James Madison, you'll be 4-1. If you split one of the California games, you beat James Madison, then you're looking really good at that point. Looking very good. So I look at it like this. This conference is ours for the taking. All we have to do is go and handle business. You got the talent, you got the coach, you got the experience, you got all this in front of you. You just can't trip over yourself like you did the last couple of games when you basically wet the bed against Old Dominion, and then you basically gave the game away against Troy. You just can't do that. If you win at least one of those games, you're looking at a better bowl game and possibly winning the conference title as well. So let me know what y'all think. I think that this is fair. I think Lindy Sports did a fair job with this. Go check out this book. This is what the books look like. It's not hard to find. You can find them in your grocery stores or whatever. It runs you probably about $12, $13. And not only just for the Georgia Southern stuff, the rest of the stuff that's in here, although it may be a little dated, it's still a pretty good book to look into. I love looking at this book every year. So let me know what y'all think about the video. I'm going to get up out of here. I got some other things I got to do. More stuff is on the way when it comes to this channel. We're going to get back into the swing of things. I really appreciate y'all for sticking with me throughout all this time. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. Peace.